A RBI bulletin released on yesterday says that they are going for bond switch auction worth 25,000 crores. What is bond switch auction? Let's understand. For government, there are two major sources for their expenditure. One is the taxation and second is the borrowing. Government borrow for the short term as well as long term. The short term borrowing of the government is usually through treasury bills and cash management bills, and long term borrowings are happening through government bonds. They are also called as dated securities. Under these bonds, government usually borrow for 3 years, 5 years, 7 years or 10 years, and in 2024, RBI have launched a bond of 50 year. So in this way, government use the dated security for long-term borrowing. Now, what is switch auction? Understand in this context. Government have borrowed through government bond for the long term. In this financial year specifically, government have to pay rupee worth 5.7 lakh crore because these rupee 5.4 lakh crore worth government bond are going to mature in this financial year. So in this financial year only, government have to pay such a huge amount, and it is going to be a huge burden. Why? Because already government have announced in this budget that they are going to borrow approximate 17 lakh crores, and interest payment liabilities are already very high. So with this bond going to mature worth 5.47 lakh crore is going to be the huge burden. So how to overcome with this burden? So government have decided to go for switch auction. Means those bonds which are going to mature in this financial year, they are going to be taken by the government of India, and rather than paying the money for the maturity of the bond, government is going to issue the another bond. And when I say here government is going to do, actually on the behalf of government, it is RBI is going to do this. So what is switch auction? Switch auction is a method where you are going to take those bonds which are going to mature, and rather than paying maturity amount, you releases another bond so that a investor can remain hold. Investor is going to hold the bond for another period for say like 5 years, 6 years or 7 years, and government will pay the interest for that duration. So in this way, maybe government have to pay the interest for another 2-3 years, but it can avoid such a huge payment in one go. For make this thing very easy, let's take this example. Suppose government have borrowed a money worth 1,000 rupees, and this year government have to pay with interest, and the amount is 2,500 rupees. So rather than paying 2,500 rupees, government will take this bond which was issued by the government earlier at 1,000 rupees. Now the maturity value is 2,500 rupees. Government will take this bond. Rather than paying a money, government will issue another bond, and the another bond for say 2 years or 3 years. So government will remain going to pay the interest on this bond for next 3 years, and there will be no pressure on the government to pay immediately that 2,500 rupees. So this is basically called a switch auction, and as per the RBI bulletin, RBI is going to do this switch auction on the 2nd of March, rupees worth 25,000 crore. I hope you have understood what is the switch auction. Thank you.